Hello my friends, hello my Friday frolickers, and how the devil are we all? And yes, it's Friday, yes, one of my favourite times of the week, and something I always enjoy doing. Hello my friends, and let's see who's in the chat. Let's have a look. Yes, we have Billy Kershaw. Hello my friend. Good to see you. Hope you are very, very, very well. And hello, we have the rantastic Dave McGuinness from the Two Davies. If you've not subscribed to the Two Davies channel, please do, because they tell you everything from politically from a Scottish perspective. And you may get an absolute fantastic rant from the professor himself. How are you, my friend? How are you, my drinking partner? Hope you are very, very well. And hello, Ellie Butterfly Effect. Hello, Ellie, no peas. How are you, my friend? Hope you're very, very well. Hope you're doing very, very well. And speaking of another fantastic YouTuber, we have Power to the People, Graham Price. How are you, my friend? Hope you are very, very, very well. And I hope you are. I did watch your latest video. Very, very good. Very, very interesting. And hello, JD. Hope you're very, very well. Heidi, hi, frolickers. Hody ho, JD. How are you? Hope you're very, very well. And hello. Oops. Yeah, we've got there in the end. It's one of the things that when it comes to when it comes to chat, it has the horrible knack of you know, you try to slightly move it down and then it just whoop misses a load of them, and really annoying. Hello, Kirsty Hamilton. Good afternoon, Dilly Blase, and all the people in the chat. Good afternoon, my friend. Hope you are very, very well. And yes, good afternoon, my lovely daughter, who is, while watching, she is getting her creative juices flowing today, because you'll never guess what we've had through our door. We had a heartfelt and really caring letter from the one, the only, honest Bob Jenrick. Yes, Ticketmaster Jenrick. Yes, he sent us a heartfelt message, you know, to let us know that Reform are there for us. So we've kept it. We did think about maybe sending it back somewhere, you know, and with a ton and a half of shit in it or something, you know. But we decided, do you know what we'll do? We'll let my daughter get her juices, creative juices flowing all over it. And yes, we're writing wanker on Nigel Fartage again. Give him Shrek tits. Yes, and it'll probably be an improvement. I think the best analysis I've heard about Nigel Farage is that he looks so rough that even his own face hates him and wants to leave him. So I thought that made me laugh. Hello, Doc Davis. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. See, it's done it again. All right, we're here. We're sorted. Right. Yes. I think we might have everybody. Might have said hello to everybody. Hello, SG. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Hope you are very, 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 very well. So yes, it's been a busy week. Well, we all know, and what was that, Darren? It's Nop. Nop. I have no idea. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds very, very interesting. So, but anyway, let's crack on. Let's crack on with this show. We all know what we're here for because, like it says, the title is. I think this is the Friday Frolics that we all need. A little bit of a break from the utter chaos and nonsense that we've had over the last week. Whereas, hello, Tommy Cadden. How are you? Sure has been a busy week. Doubt I'll make it to the end of Aid Stream. I'm sure you'll manage. I'm sure you'll manage. Stranger, another excellent live stream. Another excellent content creator. If you're not subscribed to Ed Thompson, please do. If you, because he does the excellent right wing watch. They're quite funny. It makes me chuckle. Makes me just like DB the Elford LMNOP. Ah, yes. Right, yes, I was looking at it the wrong way. I do apologise. This is what happens when not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I'll give you. I'll have to admit, but yes, just like as I say, we've had to deal with a lot. Yes, just say LMNOP. Yes, maybe I'll make it. I can't stop you on. Oh well, as I say. If you've not subscribed to the fantastic Ed Thompson's channel, please do. He does some excellent videos. I did enjoy his piss take of... oh, I'm sure it's fine, Ellie. Don't worry about it. I did enjoy his piss take of Kyle... whatever you call him. Kyle... Whatever. Even I can't be arsed with his fucking name. He was Kyle... whatever show, you know, when his idea was to, mock the working class, you know, while at the same time he's shagging his nanny, you know, talking about having moral fibre and doing the right thing while shagging his nanny while they were married. Yeah, but anyway, enough of that bollocks. Let's crack on with the show. Jeremy Kyle, that's it, yes. Cheers for that, Tommy. Yeah, I couldn't think of his bloody name. Yes, shows you how much I watch of the silly cunt. Is that right in am I right in thinking that he did the media training for that complete... Yeah, Jeremy Vile. Hello, just inside 69. Hope you're well, my friend. Is it right Hello, Counter Kev. Hope you're well. Exactly, Vile Kyle. And is it right that I'm saying he did the media training for the latest reform wingnut for Makersfield? Well, judging from what I did see on you could say the question time, it didn't really do him any favours. So, because all I will say is, I did particularly enjoy the bit where the guy, so you say you're going to bring in 30,000 new officers. Well, how are you going to do it? Well, I'll just leave that to the party. So that, all right, is this your policy, or is this something you've just made up on the fly, or is it the reform policy, like the one where he's going to ban cooking? You know, because like he's going to ban knives. Yes, so if you're going to have your Sunday roast, you will have to cut it with the... Yeah, I'm sure I heard somewhere, Tommy, that he did the media training for that wingnut. But he's all I would say is that it was hilarious. Yes, he's actually going to ban cooking because they're going to have a knife ban. Yes, all knives will be banned. So if you're trying to cook your Sunday roast, you'll have to cook it with your palm, your palm there, and no screaming in pain because that is woke, you know. And if you scream and cry like a big girl, that means you're not a true patriot. So you're gonna have to cut the joint with your hand. Yes, that. So I'd love to know. I'd love to ask him. Did you make that up on the fly, or was it Fagash Farage? Unbelievable. Yes. Apparently they got all knives in the UK will now be banned. Honestly, you couldn't make this shit up. Yeah, we're gonna ban all knives. You must now eat a steak with your bare hands. Yes, everyone will be eating microwave lasagna with a spoon. Yes, exactly. Yes, it was. I did watch some of it, and he was just a bit of a disaster, wasn't he? I watched the Greens. She was all right in parts, wasn't she? But I think she fluffed it when he came out with the 10 million immigrants. She fluffed that a little bit. But other than that, I think that's just basically it's something she's not used to like the rest of them. The only one who looked quite comfortable up there were Burnham, didn't he? You know, he seemed to know more about what it was. The rest of them just looked a little bit rabbit in the headlight. The Lib Dem ones, he didn't sound too bad, and the Tory one didn't look too uncomfortable there. But I think with the Green and the Reform one, they just look. But anyway, enough of that. But let's get on with the show. You know what this is about. You know, we have a good giggle, you know, for an hour or two away from the utter ridiculous nonsense that we've heard, especially over this week. But don't you worry, we will be taking the piss out of our. I prefer walks over easy. I do too, my friend Counter Kev. But we will be taking the piss out of Mr. Tetchy Farage himself. Apparently, after the question time, Burnham now has a 10-point lead over Kenyon. I did see a bit of a interesting poll. Now you can't really, you know, sort of like take it as gospel. But I thought the only one who looked natural out there was Burnham on it. And I remember when they were asked that question about is he taking over and you could tell, like, he's the old pro. He knew that question was coming up, and so he basically knew exactly what he needed to say, and he'll have rehearsed it, and just made it look as natural as possible. I did find it interesting that when it came to Fiona Bruce, she was shy, wasn't she? When the woman said about the 80-odd quid for up the IRA, she said, oh, I'm not sure she actually did say that. I don't think he actually did say this. I think, yeah, just make it obvious, Fiona. Just make it obvious. Yeah, you're putting your money on the right-wing misogynist sat next to you. Just be honest. and I noticed I got the feeling she tried to lay a trap for Burnham about. I can't remember exactly what it were about, but she was trying to get all into the technical weeds about it. And I'm thinking, shame you didn't do that with Kenyon, you know, with his misogynistic tweets, because she was trying to lay into Burnham. And I got the feeling he wasn't having any of it. He wasn't having. He basically accused their researchers of absolutely making a pig's ear of it. But yeah, I thought the Lib Dem one, he wasn't bad, actually, you know. He was trying to, you know, lay the scene where it's a vote for Burnham, and he's only there because he wants to be Prime Minister, which is true, isn't it, really, obviously. But other than that, interesting, but the car crash of Kenyon, and that was a car crash, especially when she brought up the IRA and the 30,000 police. But anyway, I'm waffling and I'm rabbiting on, and I do apologise. Let's get on with the show where we take the piss, and I have to say, we do have to start with this one. We've got a couple of belting starters. We do have to start with this one without a shadow of a doubt. This is absolutely hilarious. It was about the flood defences. That's it. Yeah, cheers for that. Yeah, SG. And she was trying to really, really get into him about it, and to a point where she's well, so and so said something, so and so. And said, I think you'll find I wasn't even the mayor at that time. You just think, all right then. Yeah, but he still said that. Said, yeah, but I want the mayor at the time. And you just think, yeah, would you have done that scrutiny for Robert Kenyon? No, he was sort of like touching it with kid gloves. You know, would you like to answer that question? That horrible, sarcastic question from that guest about that £5 million and I think you'll find he didn't say up the IRA. So we look at that. He did. Oh, fuck. I was trying to defend him there. Bastard. But anyway, let's start with this. We have to start with this. Who knows who this guy is? Who knows who this... Yes. Answers in the postcard. Whoever gets it right first wins last week's holiday. I've listed my flood defence. I've noticed we're getting less claims for flood damage at work. Are we? Oh, interesting. When will Fiona's antique Tourist shield be replaced? Yeah, I totally agree. But who is this guy? Because we've all seen them shows where you know, is it Surrounded or something? You know, where you'll get some rather intelligent person, you know, surrounded by absolute, is it 10, 20 wing nuts, you know, and it basically, more often than not, maybe people have given up on claiming. You could possibly be right there, but you know, it's a case of where they're surrounded by 20 wing nuts or whatever, and they more often than not, they absolutely look like, after 10 minutes, look like complete cretins. And I don't really watch them. I think David Beckham's cousin. As far as I know, I'll give you a clue. He used to be on the Young Turks until he decided. Jubilee, I think the chant. Yeah, that's the look. Beckham. No, not quite. Jubilee. Yes. Yes, I think so. But yes, he was. But more often than not, I didn't really watch him because for simple reason, when you basically put these wing nuts in the show, it's just like taking candy from a baby. Well, I think they might have cottoned on that. Maybe that's not the brightest idea. So they decided, why don't we switch it round? Now, this is a guy called Dave Rubin, and he used to be on the Young Turks many moons ago. I think it was just sort of like show business slot or something or whatever. But then it's all of a sudden he decided that I've just realised, if I want to make myself a shit ton of money, why don't I join the MAGA movement and be a MAGA shill? And almost under the hammer, yes. And so that's what he did. And I You might have ever seen the Anna Kasparian video where she tore utter lumps out of this guy, you know, calling him lazy. And he realised that, you know, working on a channel on the left, you have to work really hard for your Benjamins, you could possibly say. Well, they decided, why don't we put Dave Rubin, you know, in one of these situations? And as you know, if you're going to do something like that, you're going to have to do your homework and get yourself all prepared and trained up for this, or else you're going to look like this guy.
So let's start. Well, first off, the disastrous war, the quote-unquote disastrous war that you're talking about. You're talking about a 40-day military operation that stopped an apocalyptic regime from getting a nuclear bomb and exporting terrorism throughout the world.
See the faces behind him. They know it's not going well for him, don't they?
That we're now in an economic embargo of them, right? We've basically done a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. So to say it's a disastrous war,
we've done a blockade.
We did lose. Hang on. We did lose 13. We did lose 13 of our soldiers, and that is
and killed over
terrible.
200 children.
But things happen in war, right?
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yes, things happen in war. Yes. So let's just say if possibly Iran could do the same and they bombed Americans' school, Dave Rubin would say, well, things happen in war. And look at her face. Even they cannot even hide the utter disgust with what he said. What a horrible, disgusting thing to say.
Yeah, well, things do happen in war. You can laugh at that. Hold on, listen. You want to talk?
I
agree. War is the last.
If Donald Trump wanted to prevent the Islamic Republic of Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon, he could have just stuck with the Iran nuclear deal that he ripped up. Iran did not enrich past the 3.67. Wait, they didn't enrich past the 3.67% agreed upon in the JCPOA. They only got to 60% after Donald Trump left that deal.
I'm impressed with your talking points. You got impressive talking points and you memorized them well. They're not correct, but I am impressed.
Yes, you are. You've got all your ducks in a row. All your information, but in my world, it's not correct.
Okay. First off, the Iranians admitted in the negotiations right before the war started that they were enriching past what they were allowed to. That's number one. Number two, can you agree or verify?
There you go. You'll find in this, he got fact-checked a fucking lot, you know. Let's say, a fact-check that IAEA reports and US... Up a little bit. I cannot quite read it from here, sure. But anyway, I'm not going to try and read it because my pins are not... But there it was. So he's been completely fact-checked there into...
by their claims. It's one thing to say, oh, this is what we're doing, this is what we are agreed to, etc. But you have to be able to verify that. And the idea that we have people on the ground or the UN or some third-party organization that can verify what they're actually doing.
The IAEA assessments agree with me, and Tulsi Gabbard, our Director of National Intelligence, testified in front of Congress last year, and according to the entire intelligence community, Iran did not have a nuclear weapons program.
Okay. That they didn't have a nuclear weapons program. They were enriching past the point that they were allowed to for civilian use. Everyone knows that. But, but allow me.
But do you understand the weaponization process is different than just enriching?
Do you think the Iranian regime before this war, the Iranian regime that has oppressed the people of Iran for 40 years, do you think that was a good regime? Would you say that was a good government? Would you like to live under those people? Were they progressive in any way? Do they hold any of the values that any of you guys hold?
No, but we don't just start wars on countries whose politics we disagree with or who are oppressive to their own people. We were actually an ally to Saudi Arabia.
Yes, exactly. Also, I'll go even further. Who are we to decide? Who are we to decide? Who are we to decide who should have a nuclear bomb? Who said we should decide who has nuclear weapons? Because like last time I checked, there was only one country to ever drop nuclear weapons. Who was that? All right, yes, America. Imagine if the Trumpster hadn't decided to start the war in Vietnam. Yes, exactly. The Young Turks really does seem like a right-wing parody of what they think people on the left are like. I tell you what I did find interesting. Do you remember not long after Trump became the president again? Well, do you remember Cenk Uygur? They said, I know what I will do. For us to come, let's have a chat with the MAGA crowd. And he went on was it Turning Point USA or something with what they call him, Charlie Kirk, God rest his soul in a funny way, I suppose, if you know what I mean. And he made himself look a complete Charlie, didn't he? If pardon the pun. But yeah, what MAGA guy is either too stupid to understand reality, just plain lying about it. Shocker, yeah, I would say, yeah. Hello, Gordon Behave. How are you? How are you from Lanarkshire, Scotland, everyone? I seem to remember a female Labour MP said those exact words. Imagine things happen in wars recently. I can't remember who that's supposed to be offhand. I can't think of who it is. Oh, that's a good guess. Who's that then? Straight close, 16 plus US bases in the Gulf knocked out. Russian sanctions lifted. Are we winning yet? A country with a nutter in charge, yes. Who said that? Which one? Are you thinking Emily Thornberry? I don't know why, but that name just popped into my head. Yeah, the Cenk being banned from UK, but it's no great loss.
That monumental thing, Mark. I was kicked in the head by a horse. Right, very good. Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yes, exactly. But yes, was he on the Charlie? Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah. I remember. Hello, Indy Duckwell. How are you? Hope you're very, very well. Hope you're very, very well. But yes, also, this wasn't the only time he got schooled. Let's just say he got schooled on a number of occasions. It was like, looked like a right Charlotte Erica's last farewell as he left for a TP rally. Yes. Yes, right, now I know. Yes. I've got 2 photographs from my lovely daughter. I've got to see these before we head on. You fucking let's just I'll have to send you the pictures. It's like we have another one. My daughter's gone route 1. So what I will do is, when I get a chance, I will shove them on my community notice. Well done. Absolutely brilliant. Back. But yes, let's just say he wasn't the only person to make our Dave Rubin look like the Charlie that he is, where this he gets pulled up about his Russian about taking Russian money, and let's just say sucking Donald Trump's cock.
What is it that I do for Russia?
You suck Donald Trump's dick without criticizing any bad thing that he does.
There's a lot of like oligarchic money too that like can incentivize people to change their worldview.
Wait. That's
like Russian money.
Hold on. That's
like for people like Tim Pool or like was Rubin Report. Did that also accept Russian money from Tenet?
All right. So first off, you want to talk about the Tenet thing? What do you want to talk about? Where do you want to go? I'll even give it to you.
Would be
I'll give it to you.
Let's
Where do you want to go?
Yeah. Why did you take Russian money and pretend like you didn't know?
So I was reached out to by Lauren Chen, who you might know as what's her name, Post-Millennial Online, or
she's like the Canadian white nationalist that's Asian.
Roaming millennial, and I've known her for about 10 years. And she contacted me a couple of years ago and said that she had some backers that she was talking to, and she was starting a new network, and they were talking to all sorts of people. She mentioned Tim Pool. She mentioned a whole bunch of creators that you guys know, and I'm sure.
Let's say you didn't know that, and I'm not trying to say that you were able to know that it was Russian money. But what I do think is interesting is that this anti-woke movement that just says woke a lot and calls it an ideology, it is so easy to be ideologically aligned that Russian propagandists are like, yes, these are our people. This is how we're going to get the American people on board. That's more of like the issue. It's not really your fault. It's more so that like your whole ideology is like, wokeness is bad.
What show did I do for Russia?
What?
What show did I do for Russia?
I'm not.
He didn't, you fucking turnip. He says you get paid by the Russian paid. You're taking Russian money. I think there were one or two others that were doing the same, weren't there? Just something like make a video about this and we'll pay you X amount of money. And I think they only got a couple of hundred, maybe 1,000 views or something. But it didn't matter. As soon as you had picked up that sweet ass load of money, who cares? What's with the red flags is the audience from the railway, the signalling staff. I think what it is basically that once they think they've had enough, they put the flag up, and then once they get all of them do it, that's it. The conversation stops, and then they move on to whatever. So I think that's what it basically is about. But yes, that's what he's now trying to say. Which show did I do? And this kid clearly having none of it.
What did I do? I'm saying Russia saw you as a stooge who could easily say the talking points that benefited them.
I'm the one that got on the Zoom call with the backer to ask more questions about it and everything else. Yeah.
Great. So, Dave, I'm not saying you were saying Russia's such a great country, everyone should love Vladimir Putin. And I get that your show might not even been political in nature.
I know. So you didn't, just to be clear, you didn't know the show. You didn't know the show or what I do.
Yeah. He's just basically trying to snowball, and he never mentioned about a show, did he? Clearly, there's still a couple of brain cells in Rubin's head, isn't there?
They want to legitimize you more in the eyes of the viewers that they are trying to capture. That is the point of why Russia paid you specifically. They don't do it out of the kindness of their hearts. They didn't do it because they're like, Dave seems like a good guy. They did it because Dave's politics is advocating for cheerleading for Donald Trump policies, regardless of any criticism. That is the point.
Where is the case?
What do you mean, where's the case?
Where's the case? Where's the case right now? Why am I even able to talk about it? Why don't I have a lawyer sitting here?
You might not even have known about the Russian money. I'm not trying to cast that blame on you. I'm just saying it's interesting that your show is so ideologically aligned with what Russia wants for the United States that they are going to give you money to continue to do it. That is the point.
What is it that I do for Russia?
You suck Donald Trump's dick without criticizing any bad thing that he does.
All right, yeah, we got to pause. Mason, you got to go.
Sorry.
Yes. Unbelievable. But yes, it don't get any better, does it? Let's say it didn't get any better. Because, hello, Kevin, lad, how are you, my friend? Hope you're very, very, very well. And and it didn't get any better because I've forgotten the... Heard of this guy? Is it... Parker, get a job. And I've seen the odd couple of clips of this guy. Why did Dave Rubin even choose to do this? He wouldn't. He would have lost the debate to an empty chair. Truly the dumbest the right has to offer. And this is just Priceless.
What is one main metric that Donald Trump has made better off since he got in office? An example would be GDP, unemployment, inflation, etc.
Right now, first off, the big beautiful bill was just passed last year, and it's kicking in now, right? It's kicking in now.
Yes, kicking in now.
We're going to now see results of that, like even the tariffs. All right, so let's do tariffs. Are you for or against tariffs?
I'm against the universal tariff. So what's the main metric that he made better off?
What?
What's the main metric that he made better off? GDP, unemployment, inflation? Do you have any idea?
Look at that face. That's the face of somebody's brains ready to explode, isn't it? What the fuck do I say now? What do I say? Oh, let's just say that these kids should have been imprisoned because this is just basically a mugging, isn't it?
Listen.
I don't think you do.
Hold on. So you're arguing that things economically were better under Joe Biden
at the end of his administration? Absolutely.
Yeah. Can you give me an example of how?
Yeah, GDP growth was better off. Real median wage growth was better off. Inflation was better off at the end of his administration. Unemployment was better off at the end of his administration. We had the worst year of job growth in the past 4 years, just this last year under Trump's administration. The inflation, 3.8% year over year since Trump got in office. We're seeing all of those economic indicators become worse off. Can you tell me anything that he's done to make it better off? You say it's broken for Democrats. It sounds like it's broken right now under Trump.
Have you looked at the stock market?
It's worse off in terms of growth in 2025 as compared to 2024. If you look at Dow Jones and S&P 500.
Yes. That was one thing I picked up when it comes to... One thing I've noticed, when he said that, have you looked at the stock markets recently? All I will say is that it kind of reminded me, remember when Pam Bondi were at that, whatever they call it, committee meeting, and she's getting absolutely train wrecked, and all she could say, the Dow is up 50,000, and it just sprung true to me, because somebody said that's, when it comes to people like, exactly, the return of look at the Dow, exactly, because they said, when it comes to people suffering, they're not interested. It's all about money, innit? Hello, Dr. Paff. How are you? Hope you're very, very well. He talks too fast, though. Sometimes I think he gets carried away, scattergunning facts, and loses the original point a bit. But he knows his stuff. Yeah, you can definitely tell that he does. But yes, that was a bit of Dave Rubin getting his backside handed to him. Absolutely brilliant. Something tells me, and I think I've heard one or two people say that, that's the end of him. Nobody will take him seriously. Nobody in their right mind will take him seriously. Good grief, he's brain cells fighting for third place, trying to argue with those young. Yeah, well... See, the thing is, when it comes to people like Dave Rubin, all they've got is just talking points. But when it comes to really, really difficult questions that require difficult answers, they haven't got a clue, have they? They have no idea. Oh, it's a big, beautiful bill. And, and if you're really struggling, just say something like, so you're for illegal immigration. That's all they have, really, isn't it? You know, they know their base, you know. Keep it simple. Talk about immigration, and don't try and make it too, because it's like it kind of it's metric. Yeah, this is the USA. Yes, because that kind of reminds me of when it comes to is it the kayfabe, or like that that brilliant call that guest that James O'Brien had, where he talked about how Donald Trump has turned America and his administration more into a wrestling tournament, you know, where reality is just, and fantasy is just incredibly difficult to work out which bit is true and which isn't. And like as he said, that's all he does is just make sure they've got somebody to cheer and somebody to boo, and that's all they want. That's all they're after. The ones they want for them is to boo the they own the libs. You know, it doesn't matter if they're incredibly poor. Hello, Alistair. Hello, Viper Scott. How are you? I've been listening for a start. Was travelling just now, able to comment. Not a problem, my friend. Oh, how are you, my good man? Hope you are very, very well. Good to see you. But that's what it is. It was a really enlightening conversation where because like he said, that I remember growing up absolutely devastated that Kane had just buried his brother alive, The Undertaker. And like in the back of his mind, I think, well, obviously it's not true, but is it? And it was, and that's exactly what he's doing, isn't it? He's just they're basically turning their administration into wrestling, and hence we've got the wrestling ring in the front garden, haven't they? Interesting, but yes. Cheers for that, Alistair. Yes, there's power to the peoples. Link in the chat. That's the weirdest thing about the Trump presidency to me. The word kayfabe has become common use. About 10 years ago, only Mark's insider wrestling fans used that word. Yes, I'd only heard about it a couple of weeks ago as I was heading my work for a bit of a jollies up in Scotland, and I say I had a fantastic time. And I was listening to radio on coach, and I was engrossed listening to the conversation, and it was absolutely fascinating. I even sort of like downloaded it as a bit of a video because I just found the conversation fascinating. But yes, but Manchu, this. What do you expect from when it comes to places like in America when you've got the Trump supporters who treat their husbands like he's Jesus?
I treat my husband like he's Jesus. So, pretty sure that's the secret to marriage, actually. I'm about to make a quick sticky toffee pudding because I don't want him to have the same dessert that he had yesterday.
Jesus, you're awesome. What is this?
It's cake.
Oh, I had cake at Zacchaeus' house yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Okay? I may be homeless. I may not have a penny to my name, but Jesus Christ does not eat the same dessert 2 days in a row.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to go back to the temple and flip a few more tables. But when I get back, I better have some sticky toffee pudding waiting for me.
If you treat your husband like he's Jesus, I'm pretty sure good things happen. I treat my husband like he's Jesus.
Yes.
So, pretty sure that's the secret.
If I said that to my wife, one thing was certain, I know I won't be here now. That is a certainty. Yes, did she crucify him? To anyone else in the chat, you enjoy the chuckles? Exactly. That's what we're here for. And so, yes. So, yes, that's what you need to do. Treat your husband like Jesus, apparently, Mansha. They're a bit nuts over in America, aren't they? It's like Mansha. Only an idiot. Oh, let's be honest. Only an idiot would, would make this guy president. Yes, so only an idiot would make this guy president.
And shouldn't have been in Iran, but Iran has the capability. If we didn't hit them with the B-2 bombers 9 months ago, they would have a nuclear weapon right now, and it would be a whole different story. Probably would have used it. You probably wouldn't have had you wouldn't have had Israel, but you probably wouldn't have had a Middle East, and shouldn't have been in.
Yes, that's that's the leader of the free world. Let's be honest. Let's soak this idea. Imagine aliens coming down from wherever and said, "Take me to your leader." We'd have to take him to this guy. It's like idiocracy all over again, here. The word kayfabe goes back to the early days of pro wrestling, back on the carnival circuit. It's an anagram to be fake and was a code word for wrestlers when fans were around to stay in character. Ah, interesting. Because it was a new word on me. I remember growing up, and I'd watched a bit of WWE, but I had a couple of friends who proper took it seriously. Me, I just took it for what it was, you know, just entertainment. And I don't have a husband, to be honest. I think anyone would need the patience of a saint to put up with me. Yes, same with my wife. She has the patience of a saint. Because, I think anybody else would have throttled me by now. Yeah, the destroyer of the free world. You're not wrong. But yes, they would have to take him to see this clown. Yes, and don't you be surprised if not long after that the world is no more. Yes, that's our leader of the free world doing during his that was his interview with whatever you call it. Hello, Sarah Davis. How are you, my friend? Hope you're very, very well. Hope you are doing very, very well. Now, we've all heard about the latest situation that's happened with the SNP. Now, I'm not going to go too much deeply into it, but what I will say about it is, when it comes to I've forgotten her name now. Her name's just popped out of my head now. But she was a lady, you'll tell me in the chat. Her name's just popped out of my head there. And I saw the interview with Laura Kuntzberg. And the Kuntzberg is right. I actually believe her. I do. I think she was... I don't think she knew anything. I don't think she knew anything. And that's my personal view, because I remember listening to a radio show where they were talking about asking Nicola Sturgeon. That's it. Cheers for that, Alistair. Yeah, a name just nearly there. You know, when it's on the tip of your tongue, and then it just goes. And well, I believed it because I heard a couple of stories where a guy said that he put on a bet because he really, really loved a bet, and it came out and he won a shit ton of money. So how's he going to hide that amount of money from his wife, who let's just say she's dead against betting? Yes, she hates betting. And I'm not a fan of it either. It's not my thing. But so what he did, he bought this. Really, it was a shit ton of money. He said. So I bought this expensive, top of the range motor. I can't remember what he said. So when he came home and drove home and he said, "Oh well, it was just a gift from the company that we were working for. That closing this." Big $1 billion deal or whatever, and she bought it. She actually bought it. And well, because at the end of the day, if you're living with your loved one, why would you question them? You know, because if you trust your loved one implicitly, which is what I do with my wife, trust her implicitly, and more often it's quite humorous because she'll say, "Oh, I've spent this, I've spent that." Tell me it's all right, you know exactly what you're doing. But I just want to make sure. And I said, whatever. If you want, if you feel that is what we need, then we will spend it. Cheers for that, Alistair. There's Ed Thompson's channel in the chat as well. He'll be doing a fantastic live stream, no doubt, at about 7:30ish, won't he? But I trust. I believe her. I think she was totally unaware. And I have to say the Kuntzberg interview was disgusting. And yes, according to Kuntzberg, if you get burgled, you have to apologise to the to the burglar, for him falling through your window. Apparently, and if you get punched in the face by someone, you have to apologise to them for allowing your face to be hit by their fist. And also it's a good cue to question your sexuality, because over this, it's like she questioned her sexuality as if that's got anything to do with with what's happened to her. So if that's the case, then I would love to know. It's like, we have a Friday Frolic exclusive. Yes, we have a Friday Frolic exclusive. Because let's just say that, hello, Tom. Tom, I do apologise. Hello, Tom. Hope you're well. Good to see you. Because this was found in looking this inconspicuous. Hello, Witchy Goth. Please go like and subscribe. The Witchy Goth channel. She does some brilliant stuff on her channel. I didn't quite manage to catch your live stream earlier on, but I will watch it later on, because I have no doubt it'll be something intelligent, far more intelligent than this nonsense, and somewhat educational. And cheers for that, Alistair. There's Jow's channel in the chat as well. But anyway, back to this. Did you know there could be a new scandal in our midst, because this was spotted at Laura Ferrari's Nan's Drive. Yes. Where did that come from? Yes. A Reform UK private jet. Where's that come from? Yes, I wonder what sexual favours Nigel Farage has been dishing out for that money. Cheers for that, Alistair. Yes, Witcher Goth's link is in the chat as well. Yes. So, yes. What sexual favours has our Nige been up to be able to afford that little beauty and hide it at his girlfriend's nan's house? Yes. The meal, egg and toast. Poached. I love a good poached egg on toast. Making me hungry now. Just lost my... I'm so sorry, Ton. I do apologise. But yes, just like it works both ways. Just ask. Exactly, Kirsty. I'm just asking questions. Just asking questions. If I had the fortune of having Tetchy Farage here, I would ask him, how did you know? Did you know that that this was at Laura Ferrari's Nan's Drive? Yes, exactly. But, so yes, there's a scandal that's in the making. Yes. But what do you expect from our... I would love to be able to show you that, but it was not... It's the £5 million man. Yes. The £5 million man. But I'm not going to fiddle about with all that. It was just a little poster. I wasn't going to show it, but I realised I hadn't sorted it out. But you get the idea. But anyway, I was sorted. But anyway, we all know what our what you call it, our Tetchy Farage got up to over the week, because let's be honest here, he's been in hiding for quite a while, hasn't he? And then all of a sudden, you know, when it comes to our Nige, he never misses what you call a tragedy to exploit. Well, here is our Nige to exploit another tragedy.
Hello, Nigel Farage here. And where am I? Well, certainly not Parliament or Clacton. Two places I steer well clear from. No, I'm standing in a field, far away from media scrutiny. Because today, I'm making an emergency address to the nation like Billy Big Bollocks, because I've found another tragedy that I can exploit to cause more division and to focus media attention away from my various scandals. Be it racism, who paid for my house in Clacton that stands empty, or the £5 million dodgy donation that I didn't declare. So, let's see if I can stoke up some pure cold rage and make this summer another summer of Farage riots. Because I tell you what, there are no depths that I will not sink to. I mean, for years I've been right up Donald Trump's arse, and that's like walking the wrong way up a log flume. So I say to you, keep looking at each other in your communities with suspicion, hatred, and blame. Because that stops you placing the blame where it actually belongs, with the billionaires and corporations who are siphoning cash out of your communities, screwing over you, your family, and the planet, whilst funding arseholes like me, who keep you easily manipulated and distracted with hatred and division. So remember, keep your hatred focused on those in small boats rather than those in massive yachts. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Nigel.
Right, how much am I getting paid for that then? Call it another 5 million? Lovely!
Yes. Lovely. Yes. I think the guy is absolutely brilliant. And so true. So true. Yes. See, because let's be all honest. We all know the reason why he's done what he's done there. That's... He's real, for me, I think he realises that he's getting outflanked by our racist Rupert, isn't he? So he's got to, turn on the heat a little bit and basically go against that poor lad's father's wishes. And the £5 million comes with accessories, pint of pale ale and silk cut cigarettes coming soon. The £5 million Man Farmer edition with flat cap and barber jacket. Yeah, exactly. And but like I say, with that £5 million, I wonder what sexual favours he had to do to get that £5 million. What's good for what's good for Nicola Sturgeon is good for Nigel Farage, I say. Yes, and like as I say, I'm just asking questions, Nigel. But hello, Wake Up and Smell the Rose, and hello, Steve Binning. How are you, my friend? Farage got ripped off compared to Steve Austin, the $5 million. Yeah, he certainly did. Yeah. So yes, that was our Nige doing his hate and division speech. Well done to Joe. For basically showing for what it is. Oh, 32 watching. I haven't done bad today. That is pretty good. I'm pleased with that. Thank you very much for turning up, and hopefully we can at least entertain you a little bit more. Thank you so much. Yes. Tinfoil hat time. Rupert Lowe is actually a secret leftist that has set up a so-called right-wing party to take votes away from reform. I don't know if any of you have been watching a couple of his public accounts committee meeting appearances. All I will say is you get the feeling that the chair is clearly getting rather annoyed with him, because the guy's just a fucking idiot. I saw a little bit of a clip. I think it's something to do with paying compensation or whatever. I think it's maybe something to do with the post office scandal, if I remember rightly. And and everybody else is asking intelligent questions, and then within 5 minutes, everyone there treats it as though where you can, ask important and questions that need to be answered, whereas he basically just treats it as his opportunity, for to clip up for his ridiculous Twitter account, so he can, suck on the balls of Elon Musk. Sorry for the visual, but that's what it basically is, really. That's all he treats the Public Accounts Committee as, something where he can, clip up little clips for his own personal use and get paid for it. But let's be honest. We have to watch this because this is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Because we've been sort of like watching with avid interest the situation with Makerfield, and quite clearly, for a while, our tithead Robert Kenyon has been in hiding. Clearly they've been trying to sort him out, to be media savvy. Let's see how well that media savvy has been going on. Yes, he did a interview. I think it was for the BBC. Let's just say it didn't go according to plan. This is hilarious.
I spoke to Andy Burnham recently and scrutinised what he'd said in the past and whether he'd changed his mind about various things. So let's do the same with you. And we'll start with some policies. You have said that Russia was well within its rights to invade Crimea, part of Ukraine. That'll sound to some people, won't it, like you're sympathetic to Vladimir Putin?
Absolutely not, Chris. I've served in the Army Reserve since, and I'm totally against the illegal annexation of Crimea.
So you changed your mind on that?
Things have happened since. People change their opinions on things. And
let's talk about Brexit. You said that the Leave campaign peddled nationalistic pish during the Brexit referendum. Did you back Brexit? Did you vote for Brexit?
100%. And on that, Chris, I voted for Brexit.
So who was...
Yeah, so who put nationalistic pish? Do you believe him? Do you think he voted for Brexit? And I'm sorry, Tommy. You've ruined my ball sucking for me now. Oh dear. I do apologise, Tommy. But do you believe him? Do you think he voted for Brexit? Or is he telling lies?
Peddling nationalistic pish. I mean, some critics of your party leader, Nigel Farage, would accuse him of that.
No, to be honest, I don't even know what context. I'm not sure what nationalistic pish means. If I'm
well, yeah, you tell me, you wrote it.
Yeah, exactly. You wrote it. So, yes, 100% pish. Yes, I think we're getting a lot of people saying yes. Yes, he's talking bollocks. I think he did vote to remain.
I've no recollection of saying that.
You sounded sceptical about COVID vaccines and in particular boosters. In fact, you told England's chief medical officer to get lost, or you put it a bit more bluntly than that. But I think you got the jabs yourself. So is it responsible to have been saying that kind of stuff whilst you were getting the jabs yourself?
Well, I want to make one thing perfectly clear. I'm not anti-vax or anti-jabs. I had my first lot of COVID jabs, but...
But you were telling England's chief medical officer to get lost?
wasn't a polite thing to say. I weren't involved in politics back then.
See, the thing is, it's one thing that really annoys when I want in politics at that time, as if that makes it any different. You're not wrong, Tony. He's crap at this, and let's be honest. It's a lame excuse saying, "Well, I want in politics at that time." That's just so pathetic, and as if that's going to make any difference. Here's my view: you either believe that nonsense then and now, and if you've changed your mind, just say so. You say, "Yeah, it was a stupid thing to say." Just say, "Yeah, it was ridiculous," because we've all said stuff that we probably wouldn't have done years ago. And you just think, and if they say, "Well, why did it?" It was just hit at the moment. I'm stupid, and And more often than not now, I just tend to stop and think about what I'm saying, you know. But yeah, exactly. Karma coming back to bite him big time.
I speak like the normal bloke does. You go in a pub, we're in a pub now, you go into the next room, speak to local people. I think you'll hear a lot worse than what I've said on Twitter. Let's do a bit of scrutiny on your character, because part of standing for an MP is people getting a sense of who you are as a candidate and as a person. You made sexual remarks about Carol Vorderman. Sorry, I have not made sexual remarks about Carol Vorderman. Somebody else did, but then I...
He justified it, didn't he? He justified it. Let's be honest, we all know what the guy said. He said, I'd love to sniff and lick Carol Vorderman's arse. And he said, we're all thinking that, mate. I wasn't in politics at the time. In other words, I hadn't realised I needed to create a whole fake persona in order to fool right-wing idiots into voting for me back then. Yeah.
I responded with a crass joke about that comment, so I didn't make the comment. Carol Vorderman said what you'd said was disgusting. There's a pattern around some of the remarks you've said in the past that have sounded like they were degrading women. There might have been a few crass comments. If I'm as an elected public official, which I am now, I wouldn't make any crass comments because everything you do say is under a microscope. But comments that are made.
Also, he's basically saying that you can't believe everything I say now because I'm a public figure.
Before I was involved in politics, you'll be judged in the future by what you say.
That judgment will happen on him and his rivals in just over a fortnight, with big consequences locally and beyond.
Yes. But like I said, it was a crass comment. Well, just apologise. Say it was a stupid thing to say and a stupid thing to do. And I humbly apologise. Oh, it'd be up to Carol Vorderman to take it, accept it or not, but, at least you're showing that to the public that you realise the error of your ways. And if you're sure I'm a political now. Yes, that guy is the reason why we choose the fucking... Yes, exactly. If you want to be stuck in the forest between, if you're a woman, if you want to be stuck alone in a person you don't know or the bear, most women will just stick with the bear. And I don't blame you. But yeah, he agreed with those remarks, as good as saying it's in anyone's book. Exactly, Tone. Totally agree. Yes. But yes, he is absolutely awful at this. Before I was a public figure, I didn't realise I shouldn't say horrific sexist and misogynistic things. Now I know I have to pretend I'm not like that anymore. Absolutely. And let's be honest, this is quality. We do have to show this because this is just absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's like, I'm not one for having a go at people, but if let's just say if it's slightly raining, slightly raining, and you need the plumber, what would you do? What would you be thinking if you saw the plumber with an umbrella? But this is hilarious.
It's Beth here from Sky News. Can I ask you a couple of quick questions? Right, to the constituency piece. Why should women in Makerfield vote for you, Rob? If you speak to the press office. Why should women in Makerfield vote for you, Rob, when you said you're a sexist? Can you not? No, but why should women vote for you? Oh, sorry, thank you. When you said that you were a sexist and that they can't drive? But it's Beth here from Sky News.
My God. Yeah, exactly. Maybe politics isn't for him. Quite right. Heard his mum was a real right-winger boiler. right, I know that, I don't know. But they are basically people who would vote for Hitler if he had a reform rosette on and said he liked Nigel. Yes, I totally agree. And from what I've been hearing, that it's, for a while it's been quite close, hasn't it? It's been really, really close. Beth Rigby, one of the good ones. Well, one thing I will say about Beth Rigby, she really knows how to get under Nigel Farage's skin. I love how he hides his mug face with his umbrella. Now, if you saw, now you're supposed to, when it comes to plumbers, supposed to be, they're rough and ready, outside working and all that sort of stuff and stuff. Now all of a sudden, now he's got an umbrella. I think. Oh, I have to say, it's somewhat quite wrong. Beth Rigby didn't think it was that that bad weather. She braved through it. Whereas you look at our big tough guy, Robert Kenyon, umbrella. Most men couldn't park. Well, the ones I took home couldn't. I'll tell you. I don't know, Ellie. Lowering the tone, I don't know. This is a serious show, I'll have you know, Ellie. Not the right guy for the job, in my opinion. You're not wrong. Can you imagine, let's just say, if your grown-up daughter had a home and boil them, and so this guy was turning up to their house and she were alone. No, thank you. Men don't use umbrellas, yes. Hiding behind an umbrella, pathetic, yes. But anyway, yes, that was a little bit of a piss take of the clown that is Robert Kenyon. And I find it baffling that it's been that close because he's just rubbish, isn't he? He's useless. Then someone, when they don't trust, causes issues that prove them right. But anyway, let's have a look at the latest scandal that has rocked the BBC. Now, is it about Trump or CBS and their situation? Oh, no, it's far more serious. Far more serious. The BBC are now in absolute dire straits trouble to a point where people are demanding that the BBC the TV licence be revoked and done away. Why? Because Nigel Farage apparently has been banned from Desert Island Disc. Well, we got a Friday Frolic exclusive from Nigel Farage as well himself to explain what songs he would have for his Desert Island Disc. This is a Friday Frolic exclusive, my friends.
Hello, Nigel Farage here. And do you know what? The woke BBC have banned me from appearing on their show Desert Island Discs. In fact, I was told by an insider that the only time that they would have me on their show would be if they changed the name to Desert Island Dicks, which I thought was a bit rude. So today, I thought I would share with you two of my favourite Desert Island discs. Although, funnily enough, they're both on cassette, and I have to tell you, I wore them out, playing them so often as I did growing up. The first is this, Bossa Nova Fura. Now, this is a great album to get the party started. I tell you what, if you're having a party and you stick on a bit of Bossa Nova Fura, you'll have your guests up and goose-stepping in no time. Classic album. But if you were to say to me, Nigel, what is your favourite album of all time? I would say it's probably The Best of Hitler. This really has been the soundtrack to my life and made me the man I am today.
Yes. So those are his songs he would have been playing on the Desert Island Discs if he wasn't banned by the woke lefties. Springtime for Hitler. No, he would play Deutschland über. Yeah. So yes, that was a Friday Frolic exclusive from Nigel, Tetchy Nigel himself, telling us what songs he would have had on Desert Island Disc. Not sure I'd have watched it because, you know, after about five minutes, you know, I would have just spaced out and, you know, gonna watch some paint dry or something, you know, because I did hear him do his 10-minute maiden speech, and after 2 I was bored shitless because he is one hell of a boring man. What do you think? Who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Farage? Yes, Sound of Music was number 3, but he didn't like the ending. Working for the Yankee Dollar, yes. Al Johnson is a bit too urban. Yeah, quite possibly could be. It doesn't take much. But yes, I've got a bit of a belter for you. Yes, I was expecting a bit of rap, the classic RWA, racist with attitude, straight out of Clacton, never to be seen again. Yes, I quite agree. But anyway, I do have a bit of a belter for you. Because like you always get some people, you know, when you see some odd people at certain marches and fans of certain groups, and you think, really, why are you fan of? Like one good example was now I personally think it was, I think he just did it for the 15 minutes of fame, but it was I forgot the name of the show now. It used to be in America, you know, just the mad talk show, and where they used to have guests, where they had one guy, he was a black guy dressed up in the Ku Klux Klan outfit, wanting to be a member of the Ku Klux Klan. Now, my personal thought, it was just for him for his 15 minutes of fame, you know. That people will make up really stupid stories, you know. and it was sort of like that. Well, there was this guy who, let's just say his name is Baraka. He's a hardcore far-right supporter. He asked for Paul Goulding's solution for immigration. People who, well, let's just say he didn't get the answer he was expecting.
Hardline solution for immigration. What would you want a party to put forward to the British people?
Yes, so if you got off a boat a few weeks ago, you'd be the first to go.
Obviously.
People who've been here for generations and generations would be the last to go.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
There's that look on his face as if to say, that was, no, I didn't expect that. Yes. Yes. So even he will not escape the cult. Because like, I think the best story ever describe all like that, it's like, you know, when the school bully spent years, you know, bullying you, and then when they turn their attention onto somebody else, you're more than likely, you know, be on the side of the bully just to make sure that they keep their attention on that person instead of you. And I think there's a little bit of that in him. Where do they find these mugs? Under the delusion of illusion. Yeah, you're not wrong. Exactly, Billy. Superb. I just glad you're back. Ended up well. Glad you're back. But yes, as you say, where do you find these people? I find it fascinating, these people, that they'll be on the side of people like these people, because don't you realise that you'll be next? I just started to share because I was pissing myself laughing. But anyway, let's just a little bit of a welcome break, because now we have a bit of a treat for all my lovely people, you lovely people in Scotland, because we're now going to get the news from according to Scotland, where we have the Scottish swearing news.
This is Scottish Swearing News. It's 1915. World War I is raging. And meanwhile, in Glasgow, women are out hunting landlords for sport. Mary Barber was a founding member of Red Clydeside in Glasgow. She led thousands of working class women in the Glasgow rent strikes, when basically, because the men were away at war, Glasgow landlords decided this was a perfect time to jack up rents and exploit poor families. This was a big fucking mistake, because Glasgow women, led by Mary Barber, responded in the typical Scottish way, mob fucking handed. Sheriff's officers would arrive to evict tenants and suddenly find themselves confronted by mobsy women armed with sticks and frying pans and rotten vegetables and flour, right? And they would chase them down the streets. At one point, Mary rounded up the men that were still working in the Govan shipyards and took them to the landlord factor's office, right? Where a huge rent increase had been taken in. They took them in there, confronted the landlords, demanded the increase back, and it was duly handed over to them. These women, they surrounded buildings, they used alarms, they blocked evictions, they fought the police, and they caused so much chaos and panic that eventually the British government backed down and imposed a rent freeze right across Britain. So, in short, Glasgow working class women bullied the British state into changing the law. Mary Barber essentially looked at landlords and said, GTF, get to fuck. And now here's Malky with the weather. How's the weather looking in Scotland, Malky?
It's shy. There's 100% chance of organised rage by Mary Barber, and chance of you can stick your effing rent rise where the sun doesn't shine.
Anyway, do follow us if you like this kind of thing. And now here's a special guest appearance by Delilah the Cat, who is also a lesbian. It's the Scottish Sweary News with Delilah the Cat. There she goes.
Yes. According to Scottish Swearing News, the weather is shite. But anyway, no problems, Alistair. Glad you liked it. Yes. Totally agree. Need it done? Ask a woman. Never ask a bloke, because it'll be done a couple of hours later. You ask my wife. Yes. Exactly, Kirsten. Get him telt. Yes. And remind them every 6 minutes, yes. Weather looking 100% check that. Yes, exactly. So, yes. So now we've had the Scottish news and weather. And as usual, to be honest, when I was in Scotland a few weeks ago, the weather was very, very nice. And I have to say, the hotel, absolutely brilliant. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Do you know what I enjoyed was the surroundings. It was just like you were in the middle of nowhere, and it was just peaceful and quiet, and there were birds. Birds are out, and small birds are out, just flying around you. It was just a weird experience. But yes, that was the Sweary Scottish News. And that was, if you want to thank anybody for that, thank the wonderful Alistair for that. Much appreciated. So, but anyway, well, as you say, totally agree. Yeah, totally agree, Counter Kev. An hour and 20 minutes gone. Where does the time go? It doesn't seem like 2 minutes. Weather looking. But like, now we have to do this. Yes, we have to show the most important clip of this week's, question time. I'm guessing that's how Dave McGuinness felt with his broken down motor in the middle of nowhere. Yes, he was actually coming to meet me, so I felt incredibly guilty. And I felt so guilty because, supposed to be, we did plan to meet in Edinburgh, but he was working at that time, so he couldn't. So he said, what I will do is I will head off to where you're staying, and we'll have a couple of beers and a bit of a chat then. So he rung me up saying, I'll be on my way. Where? I think they were on the way, and I said, well, we're at the Rob Roy Motel. And said, right then, right, no worries. So we'll wait in the bar where there's a window. Keep an eye on the car park, so we know. So about half an hour went. An hour went, and we're thinking, I didn't think they were that far away. I think, do you really want to bother doing this? It's a bit of a trek. But anyway, then I got a phone call saying his car's broken down. So I felt gutted. For not meeting Dave again, but also his car had broken down. So devastated. But anyway, he was really looking forward to seeing. Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing him as well. Smell the roseberries. I was looking forward because we had such a fantastic time. And when last time we met in Edinburgh, me and Dave, and walked into this bar. My wife would probably remember it offhand. And to be fair to Dave, he wouldn't let me buy a drink. wouldn't let us buy a drink. I suppose that's a Scottish hospitality for you, They know how to look after their guests. And he says, right, I've got you a right drink for you. And so he says, oh, wait a minute. And he brought us a pint of McEwen's, and absolutely delicious. And we had such a fantastic afternoon. Well, when we did go to Edinburgh this time, we already made up his mind, before the coach was supposed to be meeting us up, we were going to go back in there again and get another pint of McEwen's. And that's exactly what we did. And and when we got in there, there'd been a couple that were on the coach with us on the trip as well. They'd been in there from the first moment that they'd got into Edinburgh, and they stayed in there, and he was sinking down the pints of McEwen's himself. Good on the lad. So, but yes, that's what I did, Dave. Walked in there again and had another couple of pints of McEwen's in there. Beautiful. But anyway, let's get back to the show, where now we will have to head off now to the most important, you could say, the most important part of the political show, which happened this week, where the hello, cousin it. Beer isn't my favourite subject, especially Friday beers. I totally agree with you, my friend. I'm going to have a couple of cheeky ones tonight myself, just to chill and relax. So, anyway, I got a PhD in vodka. Have you ended up well? Don't blame you. I don't blame you. But anyway, yes, well, we head off to what you call the PMQs of this week. You could say, yes, I know it's a bit boring, but it's with a difference. Yes, let's head off to this week's PMQs, so to speak.
If I could come to you, sir, the gentleman in the red jumper.
Yes, well, firstly, if the bankers the bonuses, it's disgusting. And secondly, if the Tories are really serious about it, they tax the bankers the bonuses to 90%. If all the Eton Tories that went to Harrow School had gone to comprehensives, then perhaps we'd still have the grammar schools, actually.
Thank you. That's an original comment. I'm being sarcastic, of course.
Yes, we all love a sarcastic comment, don't we?
Now, if you're a moronic whinger and you would like to make a fool of yourself in the Question Time audience with a witless, lame remark, next week we'll be at the former Polytechnic of Grey Buildings, now, of course, Cambridge Ring Road University. But back to tonight and what the audience think of what they've heard so far. If I could go to you, sir, in the blue tie.
He has a very intelligent question to ask when he gets there eventually.
Good evening, Jonathan.
It's David, my brother's Jonathan. We'll come back to you. You, sir, at the back in the green pullover, do you have a cliched thought for us? No, just let the microphone get to you.
Yes, I just don't understand this Tracy Emin art.
Thank you. You, sir, with the sweat. Shall we try again?
My question to the panel is, does the panel think...
Just out of interest, look at Paul Whitehouse's wig. That is brilliant.
Surely if we've all got to pay for them, the ones...
Gonna have to leave it there. Gentleman down the front in the blue pullover.
Does the panel think that Boris Johnson would make a better Boris Johnson than Boris Johnson?
Thank you.
That's a good question. Do you think Boris Johnson could make a better Boris Johnson than Boris Johnson? Yes, now that'll be a question for the ages.
The woman in the pink cardigan, the big teeth.
If the BBC spent more or less money on better programmes, then it wouldn't be such an insult to the licence fee payer.
And of course, if you are Twitter and tweet, then you can Twitter and tweet us here at the BBC. And I, for one, of course, will not look at a word you write. If I could go to the gentleman over there in the funny beige jumper.
Right. I have a funny feeling. This could be our Graham Price in his younger years.
Wouldn't it be better if the government just admitted he got it wrong?
Yes. Is that you, Graham? Is that you? Was that you? And in the question time audience, giving it to the government.
Thank you. And the sweaty man. One more go? No? And now our final question, the lame, jokey question, which comes this week from Brian Farnett of Fry and Barnett.
Yes, David. If the panel was on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, would they make a Jordan or George Osborne eating slugs?
David Torrey. I've never actually but Baroness Token. Phil, I also have never but
Ed Siliband.
Well, I also have never
Ed Siliband.
But I do think there's an important point to make here, which is the Tories.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to stop you there. We're running out of time.
David, if you'd allow me to finish my sentence. The Tories.
And finally, funny person and comedian who wants to be taken seriously, Jimmy Gagg.
Anal sex.
Well, we've run out of time, thank God. Next week, our panel includes the Chancellor of the Exchequer, the Chairman of BP, and Dappy from N-Dubs. But from all of us here at the University of Tired Sheffield, good night.
Yes. That was from Tired Sheffield. It's got more hair than me. That's the reason why I said, is this an old clip of you on Question Times? That was all. Is that a laugh? I love the Ed Siliband. Hello, Daniel Coward. How are you? I didn't know that Daniela Coward had a channel. I'm going to make sure that I find her channel, and I'm going to like and subscribe, because I think you should do as well. Hello, Daniela Coward. How are you? Good to see you, my friend. Hello, Cathology. How are you? How's you and your family? Hope you're very, very well. Jimmy Gag, yes. Anal sex. Baroness talking is a bit bad. Dappy from N-Dubs, yes. Snaky fellas. But yes. Oh dear. But yes. Let's say when also, did you know that, well, we all know that it's now, you could say, Gay pride. No problems, Daniela. Not a problem. I will go root it out when I finish this show, and I will make sure that I will like and subscribe. So anyway, we all know that now it's we are now in the mode of Pride Month. Now, did you know that now we were all led to believe that that this is not something that that you just actually catch? Well, you might be wrong. You know, you could say 1 minute you are thinking of marrying the opposite sex and you know, living the life how you want, but then all of a sudden you're doing your job and you come across a pride flag. This is how it all happens, you know. Yes, he's touched it. He's touched it. There's no escape from him now. You do realise that he's going to be chasing other men, you know, running around, you know, desperate for the opposite sex, for you know, gay sex and all that sort of stuff. Now, you know, here's the reason why he thinks that. You fucking idiot! Yes, rub it off. No, sorry. No amount of rubbing off will save him now. Yes, no amount of rubbing it off will save him now. There's no escape now. He'll be hitting the gay bars on that night now, and desperate, you know, for phone numbers and whatnot, and secret rendezvous. There's no escape for the man. What a fucking idiot! Yes, who in the right mind to think, oh, if I'll touch the gay pride, the pride flag, and now I must be gay now. You fucking moron. Only a complete melt would think that. Good evening, Hassan Hussein. Hope you're very, very well. Hope you and your family are very, very well. So yes. Yeah, exactly. Cooties. He's got cooties now. Tell him it must be like one taste, and you're hooked. Yeah, nut job. Yes. DB sent link to you, my friend. Thank you. Cheers for that. I will find that, and I will go and subscribe for you, Daniela, should I say? No, so. You kept that one quiet, Daniela. You definitely kept that one quiet from me. If I'd have known, I would have been advertising your channel a lot more than what I have been. What I should have done, really. But you know what I mean. But yes, but we do have serious problems because dinner's out. Time to love you and leave you. Bye. No worries, Kirsty. You have a fantastic weekend, and take care, my friend, and hopefully see you soon. Having an orange frog tonight. A hate match. Yes. But did you know we are now having you could say problems now because with AI and sort of like that, now the machines are taking over. They are really taking over. It's Terminator and Skynet. Yes. You may think there's nothing wrong. You know, get them to do a dance routine. What harm can they do? Or you maybe they're quite quietly planning and plotting. Go on, get boogieing. Yes. Take that. Oh. Yes, that's the first start. The machines are taking over. It's like Terminator all over again. Yes. Yes. How he's eyeing up his next victim. You may all mock and laugh, but now that robot, it's only the start. It's only the start. The start of how things. Johnny Corner will be judging us all. Yes. But we need to realise that that robot was peaceful. Then they gave it the cotton candy wig. Yes, that was the start of it. That was they tried having one of them in Dublin, and I won't be doing that again. What was that? Yeah. Arkle having an orange walked and hey match. Right, I see. I'll be back in the workshop. Yes. Yes, exactly. I'll be back. Yes. And so that's the secret then. Make sure that you don't put a cotton candy wig on its head. Because that's what happens. But now it's getting more and more serious. Let's just say it's becoming more and more serious because now they are truly taking over. Look, it's Terminator all over again. Yes. Yes. So now it's begun. Yes, Skynet are now taking over. All I will say is, I just hope we have a hero in our midst. You know, I hope we have our very own Sarah Connor. I didn't say anything. Yeah. This is how it happens then. You embarrass the robots by making them wear wigs. Now beginning to plot their revenge. Their revenge. Exactly. I am robot. Yes. So all I will say is that's how it happens, you know. 1 minute you think they're there to serve us, and the next thing they have you wrapped around their little finger. and next thing you know, they've taken over the world, and then you are fighting for your lives until the point they drop the bomb. Then, because I haven't even mentioned, folks. Oops. I don't see the difference in the robot and the Saturday Night Pissheads. Yes. We need Arnold. Exactly. Totally agree. We need Arnold. Version of the robot cockwombles. Yes, absolutely. Totally agree. Right. We're near enough into the home straight. Don't ask, Darren, don't ask. All right, I won't. It depends whether it's Terminator 1, 2. Yes. Just out of interest, which one, if you've seen them both, which one did you prefer, first or second one? It's like, you got the feeling the second one pretty much higher budget, but I did enjoy the first one. Third one, I think they've done a few others, and you just think, you just leave it alone, don't you? You just don't even go there. How many was there? 4, 5? Terminator 2. Terminator 2, hands down. First one, hands down. Yes, I think it's either 1 or 2, isn't it? They were all very, very good. The first two were very, very good. And you think the second one was pretty much better better effects, was it? Yeah, Terminator 2. Love both, but probably 2. Yeah, I think most of you 3 on the other 3 on the others flopped. Yeah, but they continued after 2. Yeah, I think they did about 2 that I remember, and I think there's another one. I think there's about 7 Terminator films. You won't surprise me, Tommy. You won't. You really won't, because I remember saying it. You just think you just go into the well a little bit too much. And the second one is probably the best, but the first one is yeah. I did enjoy both of them. You know, it's the arse out of the franchise. Yeah, you did. You know, when it comes to the Benjamins, you know, they're not going to miss an opportunity, are they? Our watcher never liked the sequel, and it gets worse by each use. Yeah, they generally tend to do. Like, it's a little bit like the Jaws films. How many times did they go to the well with that one? There's around 5 to 7 films. Yeah, I knew there were more than 3, but I couldn't quite remember. I don't, because I didn't really watch the rest of them because I'm just not really that interested. But anyway, let's get on with the show. Going all Harry Potter with these new sessions. Yeah, you're probably right. Because it's like, imagine living in a MAGA family. A MAGA family where whatever the president says usually goes. Never seen Jaws, Hassan. I said, oh, you really should. It's a very, 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 very good film. Don't bother with the rest of the sequels because they weren't that good. But imagine you living in a MAGA family, and whatever the president Cankles McTaco says, it's going to be true. Well, it is in their family. As oh dear, it all goes a bit Pete Tong, you could say.
Eat your vegetables, honey.
Quiet, piggy.
Excuse me?
You do not talk to your mother that way. My president said it, so I can too.
God damn it, that's a good point. You eat your vegetables, they're good for you.
That's fake news, Mom. I want cookies.
Fake news, vegetables are healthy.
You can't just deny facts and say fake news when it doesn't fit your agenda. My president said it, so I can too. God damn it, he's right again.
Well, you voted for him, Mike.
You voted for him too, Cindy.
You are not getting any dessert.
Open the cookie jar, you bastards, or I'm gonna end your civilization tonight. What did you just say? My president said it, so I can too. God damn it, he's making so many good points.
You're grounded, son.
Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna grab you by the
Oh my God!
You do not talk to your mother that way! My president said it, so I can too. Damn it! He's making so many good points!
Yes. In the world of MAGA, whatever the president says goes. Even if it says, I'm going to grab you by the puss. So yes, that was you could say the complete loonies that are MAGA. And speaking of the loons there is, you could say the loons that are MAGA. Well, let's just say a Friday Frolic. You're not wrong, Alison. They are cringe, but when they say things that the president says to themselves, you know, yes, copy Trump and fall asleep. Yes, But when it comes to a Friday Frolic, where we just have a good giggle, a Friday Frolic won't be a Friday Frolic without this absolute comedic genius that is our wonderful Maggie Reid. It would, without a doubt, because yes, 35 people still watching. I'm pleased with that. I'm well happy with that. It's like, so cheers for that. Also, if you've not liked, please do, because all helps with the algorithm, doesn't it? Isn't that right, Alistair? Half conscious, but here. But like as I say, Friday Frolic wouldn't be a Friday Frolic without our wonderful Maggie Reid, as she does a weekly checkup in with Trump, and I don't think it goes as well as the president would hope.
Hey, Donald, buddy, it's time for your weekly check-in. How you doing?
Hey.
Hey, how you feeling?
Not good.
Not good? Right. What else?
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a basket case.
Right.
Sleepy.
Sleepy, huh?
You're never the sharpest guy. You do know that, right?
I know, but that's why I'm here to help.
If you'd like to help, it would be wonderful.
Well, I'll try my best. So why don't you start by telling me how's work going, as president?
I don't know, I can't tell you that.
Come on, tell me. It's got to be hard being almost 80 years old with such a demanding job.
Just keeps blowing.
You're blowing your job?
Yeah.
Okay, blowing your job like not knowing what you're doing or talking about rambling and not being able to stay on topic and falling asleep?
Hey, that's been going on for a long time.
Oh, I know. So do you think you could show me some examples of you blowing your job on a daily basis?
Bum, 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 bum. Every door is a door, you know where the doors go? They didn't want me to order eggs for the Easter egg hunt. And everybody's waving goodbye as you take off. The black jobs, talk to generals all night long now. Because most of them are crooked, or they're sick, or they're drunk. To see the size of this guy, like a male model. This is from just a little while ago. Eggs, what about eggs?
Wake up, Donald. Well, those were some really good examples of you blowing at your job.
Did I do well?
At blowing at your job? Yeah. What do you think?
Central casting, okay?
Oh, Donald, the only central casting you're qualified for is maybe the movie Cocoon.
I would say that's pretty good.
Okay, well, we're all out of time. Session's over. I'll see you next week, buddy.
And it would be really nice if it could end.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Bye.
That was the end of that.
Yes, that was out the wonderful, the hilarious and brilliant comedic genius that is our wonderful Maggie Reid, as she does again her weekly check-in. Yes, it just keeps blowing and blowing. Anyway, enough of Bill Clinton. yes, don't grab pussy, it's summer. They are molting. You'll get hair all over your string vest. And I have to say, I don't own a string vest, so unfortunately. So would that exempt me from doing all like that? Trumpty Dumpty totally counts with his fingers, blow that tickle button, folks. Yes, exactly. Totally agree. Blowing your job, we need Bubba to evaluate. Yes, I totally agree. Can't do string vest, my beeps would fall. Yes, exactly. I mean, not nice image, but funny, yes. Yeah, seems we're both thinking about the same thing. Bill Clinton's Democrat dick. Maggie Reid channel there, the fantastic Maggie. She actually follows me on Twitter, so I was quite happy with that. So I was well impressed. Yeah, I looked at my Twitter. I'm going to Maggie Reid, all that. Well happy with that. She's absolutely brilliant, and she's absolutely hilariously funny. Yes, still weaving the vest here. Yes. Probably why he hates Hillary. Jealous. Probably right there. Absolutely. So, as I say, we are not far off from the end now. But anyway, let's head off to the latest headlines where apparently we have we had a certain situation where somebody is clearly been drinking while on the road.
Do you want your window down? Step out of the car, please, madam.
What's the problem?
Answer this.
Have you been drinking? What? Are you drunk?
You cheeky bastard. I'm a policeman, man. You know the police. Like work for them. Do you want your window down?
Yes, it's a policeman. Yes. I'm surprised that I love you. Yes. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. Is it Peter Stefanovic or something like that? Really? Something like I can't quite remember, but yes. I just thought that was so hilariously funny. So, and also what you need to be wary while you're on the streets, if it's not drunken policemen, it's if it's not drunken policemen, it's just say run away. Let's just say runaway pigs. When I saw this, I pissed myself laughing, so I just had to share it with you. Imagine you walking down the street, minding your own business, PC plonk. Well done. And you are minding your own business. This could possibly be me, because I do walk with a cane. And let's just say, PC 3 sheets, yes. And imagine you probably may have just come out of your local pub, chatting with your friends, and all of a sudden you get accosted by a runaway pig. Don't end well. Way! Way! I just hope no pig wasn't injured in the making of this film. Way! I love the way his legs just fall apart. Oh, sorry, I just had to show that twice. That was just so funny. PC. Marinated bacon. Yes, absolutely. That was just so hilariously funny. I'm sorry, I just had to share that one as a finish off because it just made me chuckle. Oh dear, that was just... I'll say thank you again for joining me again with yes. Runaway pig, yes. That was just so brilliant. Imagine that'd have been me. I'd have been sort of like a little bit 3 sheets to the wind. After I've had me a few pints of McEwen's, and then next thing you know, I'm being way taken on a ride by a runaway pig. But anyway, all I'll say is thank you for stopping by. I've had an absolute ball of a couple of hours, and so all I'll say is, as far as I know, Ed Thompson has got a show in about half an hour-ish time, so no doubt there'll be plenty of time to stock up on your couple of bevies or drinks, whatever your poison is tonight, and watch the fantastic Ed Thompson tonight. And I'm sure that Max will have a live stream on tonight, so you will have plenty to keep your night entertained. Yes, just exactly. And yeah, exactly. Totally agree, Daniel. Take care, everyone. And I'll be joining, and I'll be live. Not live. I will be subscribing to your channel. So exactly. Great weekend, all. So have a fantastic weekend. Take care. Like I always say, if you can't be good at it. Take care, my friends.